It is a world of darkness. The sin of Cain has spawned the cursed horror that stalks the night in search of living blood. The kindred have long been a secret influence through all ages of human history, plotting against each other in a never-ending jihad. Their immortal progeny are among us to this day, hidden from the eyes of humanity by an elaborate masquerade.
Alrighty, and kill the music, and we are ready to go. Welcome back. We are back for another game of Ashland by Night Blood Ties. We've got a lot of wind in the background somewhere.
It's probably me because I'm having a hot flash.
Okay. All right, so this is actually a time jump from the last Ashland by Night game that we played. Now that the events of Portland have now been played out, we have jumped forward a whole month as things have been going on. I didn't get downtimes from everybody. I think probably because some folks were probably anticipating doing this for next Friday for some of your characters, which is fine. We still have some time. I know for those of you who are at the group haven, which is some of you, you will now notice that over the past month, there is a big doggo that roams the house every so often. I believe it's a Great Dane. Yes.
Yeah, he's a gray Great Dane.
Yes, so he's a gray Great Dane with a very massive combat tail. So as he kind of tromps around the house, you can hear when he gets too close to something because it's always thwap 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 thwap. From his tail as it strikes the entertainment unit or the couch, or a door frame or something that as he passes by. He is in training, so you don't see him for part of the night. So Trish has put him into some pretty extensive house training and obedience training to make sure that he is obedient, doesn't run around breaking things, and his hyperactivity doesn't get him into any trouble, which is important.
And she's with him on those nights as much as possible too.
Right.
As long as it's possible for her to be there. So she's in and out as well.
Sure. And what is your humanity?
It's like a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
That'll change.
Stop it. You guys keep saying that and it keeps not changing. I would like to point that out.
You need to start coming with us on these events, and that'll change.
Yeah, it'll definitely change.
I mean,
Stop it. I feel like that was foreshadowing.
some of us are trying to keep it, but it's been difficult.
This is true. Yes, this is true. We've got a chime for that.
I think I gave up trying.
By the way, for all of our players that don't watch this later, Jerome has a whole series of sounds that he plays on a real regular basis that are hysterical. So I know exactly which sound you just played.
Yes. Burr, 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 burr.
Yeah.
So that is what's been going on at the group haven. And I rebooted. I didn't pull my notes up. That was dumb. Get that pulled up real quick. I try to follow my own advice and reboot before I run a game.
Yeah.
So that it would be super important if it's kind of glitchy every so often for players. If the person running the game and hosting it, it gets kind of glitchy, then yeah, that would be bad.
Very, very bad.
Just thinking what we do in the shadows. He seems glitchy.
That's how they talk in Tucson, Arizona.
I love that show. Do you guys are you quoting the original one?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
okay.
not the original. The first season of What We Do in the Shadows, where they have the conclave or the meeting to judge the three of them. And they're tuning in Wesley Snipes' character, and his connection is like, yeah, his connection's real bad.
Move it closer. Move your computer closer to the router.
That is the most brilliant idea for a show ever.
Mhm.
And then we have Trejo. Dark greetings, everyone.
Dark greetings, dark greetings.
I know exactly.
We're just gonna start doing that
We
show
should
now.
start doing that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I need to
We're
get
not
away from
doing
it.
Ashland by Night anymore.
Yep.
I could see Agaya bringing that in and Trudy being like,
Right.
I would take a knife in this hand and I would stab him in the face 1,000 times. And then I would take it in the other hand and I would stab him another 1,000 more.
That poor baby.
Yeah, I know exactly. So now we've thoroughly
Sorry.
derailed. No, it's fine.
No.
Also, Cindy has been hanging out around the house more often. It was later determined that she moved out, quote unquote, of her other apartment and has moved in here. For those of you who are kind of in and out, she has been doing girl things on occasion with Trish.
We becoming besties.
And shopping,
Lots of shopping.
which is how the dog came to be.
Her fault.
Yeah. Took her to Petique. Rachel, I was meaning to ask, who are you playing today? I've got Sansa showing right now.
"Oh, that is a good question."
I honestly wasn't sure who to play, to be honest. Whatever I guess fits more. I never got info back on what happened to Damaris, so I'm assuming I'll play Sansa for now until I hear back on that.
Sure. Okay.
I just didn't feel like doing the wig right now.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure because I had graphics up and everything for Sansa, and I forgot to ask while we were setting up. So
She is playing Rachel.
It's a hard role to play these days.
Oh no.
And Ben, I already got your information. I already sent you some stuff
Right.
regarding that, so you've got some replies.
Yeah.
Trudy, what were you doing during the month?
So I would have been checking in with my contact
Mm-hmm.
in Portland, just to make sure that everything seems normal again. And then if that, I guess she would probably keep him there for a while, just like until the cam takes over,
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of make sure.
Sure. Okay.
And then she'll pull him out later and move on to the next agenda once the cam have moved in.
Okay. You would have gotten an update from him. Isaac would have told you that they have begun propagating the idea that attack in the city was for a movie. The one with the big monsters.
Okay,
so, so that's kind of that. There's like an underground chatter about that. Not everybody buys it, but it's obviously a lot more plausible to the normies than an actual monster.
To support that, Trudy would feel comfortable using studio assets to kind of.
I figured.
Yeah.
To coordinate something around there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if her studio head starts asking questions, then she'd find a way to bridge that.
Okay. You are going to the studio is spending right now an exorbitant amount of money planning for tonight or today, I should say, but also designing a film they didn't know that they were designing. So some funds are going to be tied up in that particular avenue, but hopefully they can come up with something monstrous that can define that and produce some newsworthy items to go on top of that to help kind of cover. So that's
I'll try
still
not to make
still work in
any-
progress currently.
I'll try not to make any big purchases for a month or so.
Gotcha. So no Teslas.
I mean,
You have a Tesla and you have a Tesla.
What are we constituting big purchases? Because for some people, Teslas are not a big purchase. I just want to point that out.
True. Good point. Good point.
exactly.
Tesla
I think that
factory.
Giovanni would probably not have a problem buying a Tesla.
Right. And Lily, so I didn't get anything really from you either, but again, we still have some time. The one update we did have is that your mother right now is kind of in limbo. She's still useful. She'll still do things for you, but she's still reeling with the loss of her quote unquote husband.
Yeah. Of course, there would have been a cover up on how he died.
Oh, yeah.
And the story is that they had him cremated since they couldn't recover a body. Really, she's just been trying to get to know Cindy more.
Okay.
And she would have been teaching Sansa
That's right. The wards
ward
and
versus
whatnot. Yeah.
school. Yep. And she's now looking on trying to get the ward against vampires, against kindred. So she's doing research on how to get that.
Okay.
And other than that, she's just been doing her research and her studies and spending time with Ben and working on their cases.
Okay. That's not a problem. That particular ward for blood magicians is fairly common, but because of the nature of it, there's obviously a huge stigma around it. Anybody poking around asking for that sort of thing always, no matter what, solicits, the basic, why you need it, what are you doing, sort of thing. Because obviously, it works against them. They don't want to, hand something to somebody that they think can be used against them. I will say that there is a notice on Bloodspot from somebody who is a teacher, but his style is different than yours.
Okay.
So in making contact with this individual, you're going to have the two problems there.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll cross that bridge when it's ready.
Sure. Sansa.
Yes. As far as what I've been doing.
A month's worth of been gay?
You know what? That would probably be half true. She's probably a bit sore after that. So in the month, I feel like she's going to be pretty busy. She's going to be learning the two wards that they agreed to teach her.
Okay.
The ward versus demon and ward versus ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to still, honestly, she's probably going to try to lay low for a little bit, but she wants to help the sorcerers in Portland sort of get back on track, and
Okay.
help prep them for the fact that the Cam are now going to be occupying the city, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Right.
So just to give them space, but and outside of that, honestly, probably just relaxing and working in on her studio stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've got music in the background too.
Yeah, so that's it for me.
Okay.
As far as Damaris, I don't know yet until I figure out.
Right. Damaris is looking for a hand.
Yeah, she probably would reach out to the Brodoviches if that's any note, since they helped with the jaw. They can help with an arm.
Exactly. Since you helped with the jaw, you wouldn't happen
like it to be
to
the same
have an
color, though.
arm laying around? Preferably in like the 5'7" range.
Yeah. So she'll be focusing on regrowing the arm and reattaching that. Probably getting things back organized with the restaurant. And just healing.
Okay. Alrighty. So then with that, we are going to go ahead and start off with Ben. So this is the beginning part of the evening. It's just after sundown at like 7 p.m.
Okay.
Things have been fairly quieter in and around the Joint Haven. Obviously, Jesse is still here. Jim is still here because you've ordered them to both be around and watching Cindy. Cindy has done a great job of ditching them.
Yeah. She started doing a great job of ditching them. So yeah, I think Jim and Jesse's job is pretty much done because like she just avoids them already.
It's usually when she does so, it's usually to hang out with Trish or obviously work. So it's never anything like super nefarious. The reports you get back, it's never like, she sneaks out and then comes back acting weird or anything of that nature. It's just more of a boundaries thing.
Right. Okay.
You never know. Trish might take her to church.
Oh, no.
Do they have evening services?
They do have evening services.
I mean, knowing what she goes through, that would it makes sense. I mean, why would it not make sense?
But the dog was a big change to get used to, as he kind of trots around the house, very energetic. And when he his tail is very combative, so it's like when it smacks into things, it must have deadened nerves or something. It's just bat, bat, like full strength, gotcha. Smacking into things. And when he wags his tail, he kind of curls his body like in sort of a U shape when he gets like really excited. Maybe gotcha. that's how he gets that extra torque on the tail or something. It's just a thing he seems to do.
And he and the dog, does it ever seem to be like weird with any vampires that come and go?
I was going to ask that too.
That's a great question. That's going to be the next thing I get into. So, Ben, what is your humanity?
Humanity is 6.
Okay. He has no problem with you. Lily.
Okay.
5.
He does not like her.
Oh wow! 1 point difference.
He doesn't growl or anything of that nature, but he tends not to go near Lily.
That's okay. Lily doesn't tend to go near him either.
Okay. All right.
And Trish is really good at making sure that she's aware of all of that, and she keeps Dozer close to her as much as possible
during the evening hours. Sure thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. So Ben, but yeah, you've already gotten a report from Jim and Jesse at this point, like, what's been going on. It's obviously been all clear at the house. There's, been no word of anything. Outside of the fact that Cindy is, off in her room, apparently getting ready to go out.
Okay. Gotcha. Then I guess I would find, Jim and Jesse wherever they're at and just let them know that because things are cooled off now, at least more than before, and that Cindy is more kind of in line with her new life, it seems. She doesn't seem to be in huge amount of danger, and she's living here anyway, that they don't need to like guard her per se anymore. So like Jim can go back to where he was living if he needs to, or what have you.
Okay. So Jim at that point would tell you that he doesn't have that apartment anymore.
Okay.
He doesn't make a whole lot of money and was kind of behind, on rent, and so he doesn't have any place to stay. So when he was camped out here, it just kind of worked out.
Gotcha. Okay, then that's fine. Do we have enough space for all of them? Like, do they have their own individual rooms?
With Damaris having moved out, yes.
Okay, got it. Cool. All right.
Could Lily have possibly given him a job as security at the club?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You could do that.
Sweet.
So we
Okay.
could say he's starting to work on that as a a side gig. It's gonna start earning him some income.
Yeah.
That'll work.
And that helps her out too.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So then, I guess I would first see. Was Lily here at the Haven, or is she back at her house right now?
At this moment?
Well,
Yeah.
let's just odd or even it. What,
Sure.
Lily, what are you calling? Odd or even?
Even.
Okay, so it was odd. She was at her house probably to make sure that her mom was still okay and letting her dote on her or something to keep her mind off the fact that her dad is dead.
Right. Okay.
Way to phrase that.
Yeah. So then I will go ahead and give Lily a quick call, see if she picks up.
Yeah, she picks up.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, babe, how's it going?
Touch and go. How are things there?
Not bad, not bad. Nothing really out of the ordinary happening. It's nice change of pace for now, but I know I've got to get back into things. Yeah, I mean, you might want to sit down for this, but it turns out I might have been wrong about something. I know. Shocking.
What?
I know.
Hold on. I gotta write this down.
Yeah, I know it.
Can
No,
I take
yeah.
that can I record that as well?
Sure, do whatever you gotta do. Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, remember, let's see, how to put this. Okay, so the Bridget Laurent case. I know you came a little after we started that, but so I had thought that Demon Lady was the one directly behind his supposed killing, or Israel's killing of Bridget, the medium. But that was all based around me thinking that the leader of the Sanguine Tears was also one of Demon Lady's aliases.
Yeah.
That's apparently not right. Because that Giulietta Chakotay, the leader of the Tears, she's still around, according to a couple of sources I got.
And they have actual bona fide proof that she's still around.
I actually, I've made friends, the way that I do with Israel, and I have no reason to think that he's wrong or lying to me. And the Detective Rumbus, his info says the same thing, that she's still around, she's still head of that gang. So the crazy odd coincidence that Juliet and Julieta aren't aliases of each other, turns out, yeah, that was the case. It's just a coincidence. So it seems like that case isn't quite done. I don't know how to continue it, but yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. How's your mom doing with the loss?
She has her moments. I find it difficult to console her.
Yeah.
At times, but
does she have anything she could do to take her mind off of stuff other than just the normal stuff she does?
Well, I thought maybe we could go talk to the doc, and since he kind of does that kind of stuff with the the mind and everything, and seeing if maybe he can help her in some way.
Yeah, you know what? He knows what he's doing. That does make sense. I should talk to him too to make sure of the other girl, make sure she's okay. I haven't heard anything back from him, but
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, almost forgot about her. Yeah, we
Yeah.
probably should check on her. But yeah, well, why don't you come and pick me up and let's go visit the doc?
Okay, all right, be there soon.
Okay.
So then I go around making sure everything else in the house is okay. I also see if Cindy's in right now, just to check on her.
Okay. So actually, at this point, Trish, you are in Cindy's room with her, as she is currently getting ready. She looks about as 90s as you could get.
No.
She has some like denim jeans. It's got some little little rips on them. She's wearing a Nirvana shirt. She has a plaid flannel that is tied around her waist. She's
So she's
wearing,
cool 90s though.
yes, cool 90s.
Okay.
She's wearing some Doc Martens, sort of thing, and and throwing her hair back. And so before Ben, you actually get to the door, she's like, "So you're coming with me tonight, right?"
What are we doing again? Because
like,
I've got training with Dozer.
She's like, "It's Rex Manning Day."
I'm sorry, you're speaking a different language again. What?
She says, "It's Rex Manning Day."
I do not understand the clappy claps.
She says, "You haven't seen Empire Records?"
Vaguely, is that the one with Liv Tyler in it?
There you go. Yeah, and
all I
a
remember
whole host
is
of other characters.
All I remember is somebody was standing on a table and they had an apron on, and that was it. That's the only thing I remember from that movie.
That did happen. That's a horrible spot to remember, but that did happen. No, I found out through my work that Century Media Studios, they went and they have this like big event that's going to be going on to celebrate tonight, the Happy Rex Manning Day. They actually took one of their studios and recreated the record store on the inside.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
She says they've got a bunch of the original cast that's going to be there for autographs. And
so I will be able to see Liv Tyler.
Actually, she's coming. Yes.
Okay, well then of course I'm coming.
Oh, well, okay.
Like you just said, we're going out, so I came that way. But
well,
I mean, Dozer's fine by himself at training tonight. They're going over like basic military stuff. So.
Oh, so you got a John Wick dog.
That was the whole point. Remember?
Well, I mean, so are you going to buy him like the vest and everything, like the Kevlar, like?
I don't know if you noticed, but your father kind of hangs out with some very intensely violent people. So
okay, you are not intensely violent.
That's why I did not necessarily include myself in that circle.
You can't hold demons.
I know I'm not. You're not there. Shush. It's just I want him for protection for me, and I want him to be safe and stuff too. So I need him to be able to fight and whatever. So yeah, they're doing they don't actually earn their vests until they hit a certain point in training. So he doesn't have one yet.
Oh, they have to earn their vest, like a gold star on the board or something. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So get dressed. Go get dressed. Get on something.
Okay.
Get on something appropriately 90s or guar.
I think I can. I mean, yeah, I can do that. I mean, granted, I spent. Okay, yeah, no, I'll go look up pictures. We're good.
Okay.
She's gonna turn around and walk out, and like, is Ben like right there?
Yeah, as soon as you open the door, Ben is like about ready to lightly knock on it. So his hand's like right up by your forehead. It's like, oh.
He's like, oh, hi. Thank you for not. She's gonna grab his hand and kind of like move it to the side and be like, she is all yours, but you only have like 10 minutes because that was the time frame she gave me. And she can walk back inside.
Okay. Goes ahead and walks inside. Hey, Princess, what's going on?
A lot of stuff.
And you're suddenly in the 90s.
Yes, this is my nod to the crispy air weather of Seattle.
Seattle.
She points. She says, "See my Nirvana shirt?"
Nirvana, right,
And contrary to
okay.
popular belief, he's not on the other side.
Oh. Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, you would know that, wouldn't you? I keep having to get used to that.
I'm going to have to ask her about Elvis.
It's like the Ghostbusters. The burning question on all of our minds is, have you seen Elvis? And have you how is Elvis? And have you seen him lately?
Right, yeah. That's good. Yeah. Well, okay, cool. So it looks like you're getting ready to do your thing. That's great. You're heading out with Trish then, I take it?
Oh yeah. She pulled me out for shopping to eventually get a dog, so I'm pulling her to this event.
Right. Yeah. The Dozer. Yeah. Good dog. Yeah. I'm glad that he's not mad at all of us. I'm hoping that keeps up.
Yeah. That Gaia girl that I met recently, she said
Yeah.
apparently animals have like a thing against your kind for the most part. It has to do with like a smell. Like you
Yeah.
smell bad or something. I don't know the full thing, but she knows.
Yeah. I've run into that a few times. You can't get away with it because like every third person has a pet, right? So it happens sometimes. Fortunately, I haven't had that many who are mad at me. It's something to do with this, but yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, good. I was just gonna hang with Lily, try to get things done. There's a case I'm working on that is kind of got to be reopened. Your old man back at it again. So yeah, if you need anything, let me know. I'm pulling Jim and Jesse off of being your shadows, by the way, so that you don't feel like you're hounded and followed all the time.
Thank
Everything's
you.
Yeah, no problem. Good things are good around here. If you ever need anything or you need some sort of protection or anything, you let me know right away. Okay?
No, I get it. I
All
totally
right.
understand. I will do that. Hey, why don't you bring your Heine to the thing tonight?
Could do that. We all have to join the 90s with you. Is that the whole deal with that?
Well, I guess Paladin is playing too, so I mean they're making it a big deal.
Oh. Oh, well. Yeah, guess. Sure. Yeah, I'll let her know. We'll do that then. I'll change into a different t-shirt, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm kind of 90s as it is. Um, all right.
You
Yeah,
could
you
pass for
taking
an
off?
outsider.
That'll work. That's typically me. Yeah. So when we taking off? Just a few minutes?
It's set to kick off at about like 8:30, I think.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, you know what? Here, text me where it is, and then we'll meet you there.
Okay, so she just fires off a text real quick with the the address for Century Media Studios.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, get myself ready, and I'll see you there, Princess.
All right, have fun getting changed
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah. So Ben goes and finds a different T-shirt or something, puts that on. He barely
Okay.
makes any real effort,
Sure.
does that, and then shoots a text to Lily saying, "Hey, meet me here." It provides the Century Media Studios thing at 8. Fun stuff is happening apparently.
You're muted. Also, P.S. This is the same place that we went for the Friday the 13th thing
Yes.
Oh, okay.
before we went to the other place.
So she's going to shoot back a text saying what kind of fun things?
Don't know exactly, but It should be interesting. Cindy and Trish will be there.
Do I have to dress a certain way?
No, you and I will be the quotation marks outsiders.
Okay. Yeah, I'll see if somebody can drive me over there. She really needs to have Ben teach her how to drive.
Uber.
Yeah.
Yep, there's that.
Yeah, she'll take an Uber.
Okay,
Yeah, then Ben finishes, and then he takes off too.
sure thing. Sansa.
What's up? Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah, what's up? I don't know. What is up, Sansa? Is Sansa just doing Sansa things?
Honestly, yeah. I actually thought that probably Sansa wouldn't even be in this meeting today. Yeah, I mean, really, all she's doing is really just kind of laying low because I feel like she was a bit exposed during that whole thing. So I don't know. I guess unless somebody invites her to do something, cough, hint, hint. She's going to be staying in her studio.
Sure. Okay. Understandable. Judy. So your nightly training was canceled as you see Agaya dressing up in like this like really obscene looking armor with like kind of like an overly sized helmet with like it almost looks Roman but fake Roman, like it's got the castle kind of coming up and and what almost as if the armor was made of EVA. She got like this like loincloth thing going on and whatnot.
What's all this about?
And she like turns and she looks and she goes, "Quar!" She says, "You didn't know? Your studio's throwing it."
May I repeat myself? What is
part?
a guar? What is a guar?
Oh, there is a whole story behind that. Probably too long to go into right now. But they're like space alien monsters from space that have come down to sing heavy metal to the masses and inflict their brand of melodic pain on everyone.
Is this one of your comic book things?
No, but they probably could have a comic book thing. They're kind of they're more than a band. They're kind of an act. I'm not Toreador enough to probably explain that right. But anyways, it's going on at your studios, so you're coming. You have to like be there because like you own the place, and I can't get Latisse to go.
She didn't want to dress up like this?
No, of course not. I'm not saying you have to dress. I'm not saying you have to dress like this. Just you don't have to dress like this. Why don't you? I don't know. Why don't you do Trudy in the 90s? That's not any different.
I think I still have a couple of suits somewhere.
Oh, you mean with the big shoulders?
No, that was the 80s, dear.
Oh, I'm not into fashion, so.
And this is that to do out at the studio?
Yeah. They got a bunch of celebrities from the film. They like recreated the record store on the inside of one of their studios. It's gonna be great. Paladin's playing.
Oh, I do think I remember seeing a sheet about that. All right. Let me see what I've got. Are you driving?
And she's like, duh.
All right. So
And you can see she's wearing like platform boots that are like got heels like this.
Lily will approve.
So Trudy will see what she has in her wardrobe and then probably end up looking something like Jane from the movie.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like halfway professional, but
Did somebody actually watch
a
it?
little relaxed. Somebody did homework, okay?
Oh, wow.
All right.
It is available for free to watch on YouTube right now.
Hey, I have actually watched that movie. Just
I had never heard of that movie until anyway. Never mind. So yeah, she'll get dressed and get in the car.
Okay. And no one thinks to invite Sansa. Poor Sansa.
It's okay. She lived through the 90s. Her kids were really into that movie. She wasn't.
I'm trying to figure out
Trish
how
doesn't
to
even have her phone number. I don't think.
I would
Trish
think that
has
we
never
would have
even met
exchanged
you.
numbers by now. Like with
Yeah,
as much
I
as
think-
we've been through.
Yeah, most people,
Well,
most
you
people would
guys,
definitely have her
yes.
number.
Well, she's in the group text chat now too.
Yeah, I think Sophie wouldn't mind that.
I was going to
Trudy-
ask if you would really want a sorcerer in your guys' vampire chat. Like, is that really?
Well, I mean, Colin's probably in it,
He is.
Yeah, but you're married to him.
but also he probably keeps it on silent. But
Mutes all the notifications. Sansa probably would too. Mute all of them.
but at this point, Trudy doesn't know that anybody else is going. She just thinks it's a studio thing. So one of the gays and again.
So, Sansa, one of the things that you are doing, you're getting caught up on, anyways, thanks to the events of everything that happened the previous month. You're getting caught up on classwork.
Yeah, that's true too. She only teaches part-time, but yeah, definitely focus on that too.
So you are, you're actually caught up at this point, but it is taking you the better part of the month between the other things that you have going on to get that squared away and to get, grades, report, or papers graded and posted and whatnot.
Yep.
So
Makes sense.
you do end up getting a message from Sandra or Sandy or Sandra. Sorry.
Cindy?
Sandra.
Oh, Sandra. Oh, she's
Sandra Keekley.
right. I had her. Where did I put her? I had her. So yeah, there it is. Works. Oh, says I put looks like younger Helen Mirren.
Yes, that is her.
Okay, of the Rosicrucian order.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Rosicrucian order. Which, side note, and I had no idea about this until like a couple weeks ago, I'd actually seen her in early work. She was in the movie Excalibur way back in the day. She played Morgana.
Oh yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, oh, wow. So at any rate, so you get a message from her letting you know that there is a party going on tonight, an event sort of thing. She says it has something to do with some television or movie or whatever. She doesn't follow.
Okay.
She says somebody is going to be there if you can make it to give you kind of like a special thanks for assisting with the and she puts in quotation marks others.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, That's appreciated. Is does she know the theme of the like what the party is? She doesn't know anything about it, the event.
She says she knows there's going to be music.
Okay.
And it's at a movie studio. And of course gives you the address. She says you can probably look it up online.
Okay.
But beyond that, she doesn't really know like the details of the thing. She just knows that they have one of their people going there already, and they have brought the gift with them in case you show up.
Oh, okay. Do I know their name? Do you know? Is there a name?
The name attached is yes. The name attached is Wasima. The description she gives is that of a biker.
Biker. Okay. Cool. Okay. Well, then now that I'm caught up on everything, I can maybe take a little bit of a break. So, okay. So she will look up the event.
Or sorry, not Wasima, Millie. Oops.
Oh, Millie.
Yep.
Millie.
Wasima is an actual person, but that's not the character I was thinking of.
Wasima is Millie's boss.
So Millie, okay. Cool. All right, awesome. Well, then she'll make plans to go to the thing tonight. She will look it up, and then realize that what kind of movie it is, but she's not going to dress in. She's not going to dress in theme.
Sure. Okay.
What she'll probably do is just pull out like something that she's retained from the 90s, like a jacket or something, but that's about it.
Okay. You spritz it down to get rid of that mothball smell.
Yeah.
Just like a neon windbreaker.
Yes, there we go. It'll be like purple neon.
Nice.
And then Sandra texts you a barcode.
Okay.
For the ticket.
Is that the ticket? Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. So she will get ready for that.
Sure. So scene transition. As they would say in Wayne's World. Eventually, all of you converge on Century Media Studios. There is a fairly large crowd outside. They're having to direct traffic for parking. If you want the nearest available parking, they have valet, which means that they'll just have somebody park your car for you and you can just pop on in. They've got a badge. They're taking ticket sales on site, but they also have a section specifically for those who already have tickets.
Do we already have tickets?
Yes. When you come walking up, Cindy actually gives you a badge already.
Like a lanyard?
Yep.
She can put it on,
Yep.
feeling
So,
all like
and the lanyard is decorated to look like the one from Empire Records.
Nice.
It says like store manager or store employee on it, sort of thing.
Cool. Okay.
And she says, "Oh, no." She switches real quick and hands you the other one. And she says, "You get to be Warren."
I get to be Warren.
Yes.
Who's Warren?
Warren Buffett.
Oh, I'm okay with that.
Warren Beatty.
He makes a lot of money. Warren Beatty. You're not there. Stop talking. Okay. By the way, she did get changed into like tight black pants, and she's wearing like a vest thing that is reminiscent of Kurt Cobain from Nirvana.
Okay.
But she was pretty much, it's just like it's Coca-Cola t-shirt underneath. She didn't really have anything else.
Sure, that's fine. So as you guys are walking at this point, she takes a moment. She says, "Has anybody ever told you've got like that honky tonk badonkadonk?"
Have you met Jesse?
The big guy that my dad knows?
Oh, not Jesse. Wait. Have you met the
Danny.
Danny, thank you. Voice meta pigeon. Have you met our lovely neighbors, the humans that are, I don't know how to describe them. They're, I don't like to be rude. However, they are very white trash, and they like to hang out with us sometimes. The name is Danny. Anyway, that's not
No,
important.
not that
He
I.
pointed it out and was, in his frame of reference, very complimentary to the back end of my body.
Oh,
So yes, I have heard it.
so that was a long answer to say yes.
Look, I get nervous. I don't know. I was not, it's not something that people talk about very often, but yes, I do know I have a very
Okay.
ample backside and front side, and sometimes that's gotten me into trouble.
Okay. Noted. I was just making the comment because you're wearing like really tight pants. So
I know they look really good, don't they?
I mean they do, but
You look very
Right.
nice, by the way.
Oh,
I
well,
would
thank
not
you.
have thought that you, being as young as you are, would have any idea how to pull this off.
there's some things I can pull off. There's large gaps of culture that I didn't obviously observe. Like I've heard
true.
about it, but I haven't gotten this whole Big Bang Theory thing yet.
Wait, hold on. I was on the run for 30 years and I know about the Big Bang Theory. Are you talking about the TV show or are you talking about
Yeah.
like,
The TV show.
oh my gosh, Sheldon Cooper, you don't think how do you not understand that?
Because I haven't seen it. Like I
Girl.
said, there's whole tracks of like time that, I can't sit there and stare all the time.
Okay, tomorrow night, we are starting on season 1 and we are going through.
Okay.
That
I'm
was
game.
the only show that got me through like the 12 years of the 30.
Oh.
So like we are going to, I have them all.
Oh,
We're going to watch them all.
okay. Sure. I've got nothing going on outside of work during the day, which you are asleep anyway, so it works for me.
That's true. Do you want to go to mass with me in a couple weeks?
Mass, as in like mass driver?
Well, I guess not technically mass. There's some churches that I can't really go to. But do you want to go to church with me?
Oh,
You're dragging me all over the place.
Sure.
I feel like I should take you too.
okay, that's fair. I mean, you have to understand, like, it's not like I'm cursed or whatnot, but it's a little spooky for me to go to a church. I still,
Why?
because some of them were like, beacons of don't go there.
Beacons of don't go there?
I don't know if I'd say it was holy or whatnot, but like, how Gollum didn't like bright light? There you go.
That's why I have to be selective. So,
But does that make it like an unholy church that you're going to?
it means that the people don't have the focus on God the way they probably should, but it makes it safe for me to go.
Okay. I mean, you came to this, so fair is fair. I mean, I'll do that.
You were the one that was asking all the questions before anyway. So,
Not about
I'd invite
God.
you into my world. Yes, you did. You asked a whole bunch of questions about God.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, in a roundabout way, you did.
Are you trying to pull like a Jedi mind trick on me now or something? Like, because I missed your hand
These
wave.
are not the droids you're looking for.
All right. So in we go. Forward progress.
I will follow.
Okay. So you guys are all starting to come in. Obviously, Agaya is standing out from most everyone here. She looks very much like her gargoyle self, but like armored up with like these foam pieces of armor. Like skulls coming off her shoulders, sort of thing. Designed to foam. And some of the people that are here like get it. They like totally understand what it is that she's doing. And you can hear them talking about like, Gwar.
Trudy just walks in.
So like are we seeing, like are Cindy and I seeing Megaya?
Oh yeah, like
Yep.
it stands out
Okay.
because
I'm
not
gonna
only
run
not
up.
only is she on the sort of tall side, anyways, but she's got like these big chucks, boot sort of things on, so she's standing even taller.
So as soon as I see her, I'm gonna grab Cindy's hand and be like, "Oh, come here, and we're gonna go over and like approach her and be like, "Agaya, look at you, hot dog! You look amazing."
She's like, "Thanks, thank you." She says, "I had to have help with the foam," and then when she realized what it was for, she didn't want to come.
Oh,
Oh,
well, you look great.
I wondered what you two were up to.
Hello, my dear girl, and I'm gonna give her a hug.
Nice to
How
see
are
you.
you? It's good to see you too. Is
Didn't
your
know
other
y'all
half
would
gonna
be
be here tonight?
Oh no, he's busy.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, Cindy here got us tickets, I think, right? Through your
Well,
studio.
you should have let me know you were coming. I'd get you tickets myself.
she said, and she's like, "Oh no, I work here, so I already kind of had an in. I didn't even think about it."
Wait, Trudy, did you not know that you employ Ben's daughter?
Did Trudy know that she's an actress there?
She's not an actress, but she's a part of the staff.
Or
She's like production staff.
crew.
It has been brought up, but it may have gone right past Trudy because it was only mentioned. It was only mentioned in passing.
Trudy's not like
Besides,
A
day-to-day.
I'm the
micromanager.
day to day.
yeah, Trudy has people for this, so
Right. Exactly. She just signs the checks
Yep.
to the people that sign the checks.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for y'all. I gotta be
It's
honest.
good to see you.
I only know halfway what's actually going on today. Agaya told me that I needed to be here. I think it's really just.
I mean, you are kind of. Wait, it's to keep what?
Keep her company.
Oh,
This is
yeah. Well, I
this
think
is
she
for
said
her.
the other person kind of like backed out.
Oh, well. Well, here we are. Shall we take a look around?
Yeah, I heard that Liv Tyler is here. Oh, could we get like back end kind of stuff because of who you are? I would never ever abuse the fact that you are who you are. However, Liv Tyler is supposed to be here. Do you think you could like get us like a one-on-one conversation, like just kind of like a hey, I'm a
I
studio
don't.
head.
Why not?
That would be amazing. She's pretty much the only person I care about in terms of celebrity.
Well, then I guess we ought to make that happen.
Okay. And she like grabs Cindy's like jacket and is just like,
I would assume at this point the rest of you have kind of spotted the beacon, that which is Agaya, since you kind of already know her, and saw that the rest of your tribe is kind of around her.
Yeah, Lily is going to show up in leather pants with her platform military style boots.
Okay.
She's got a black shirt on with lace sleeves and a feathered lapel. And her hair is usually the same, up in ponytails on the side. But she went more of a 90s kind of punk for the makeup.
Okay.
Yeah, and Ben would just he's wearing what he typically does, just a basic t-shirt, jeans. He didn't go all out or anything. He's not wearing any jackets or anything like that.
Sure.
So pretty bare bones. And yeah, he joins in with the group.
could have gone full David Bowie. That's sad.
Sansa?
Sansa's channeling like 90s Cindy Crawford style with the high-rise whitewashed jeans with the black belt and like a white tank top with an oversized blazer sort of deal.
Oh, are they stonewashed?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Had those.
Got maybe a rip in the the knee. It's very weird, but they're tight. She looks good. Her hair is big.
For a 60-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole gang's here.
The fact that she's with this group means she's actually quite young comparatively, I think. So,
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Well, Trudy will lead them to the employee who's kind of in charge of securing the backstage area, and just make sure that that this group is approved for all access.
Oh, okay. So you get with the event manager then, and they hand out passes to everybody. Just full event pass is what it says. It of course is in the style of looking like you're an employee of Empire Records, but in place of your name, it just says like full event pass.
Yeah, Lily's like totally lost. She never even heard of the movie.
On the inside of the store, there are items all along the shelves to make it look like there are CDs, and cassettes and whatnot that are in here. They have one section off to the left, or not off to the left, but off to the right, that has been shuffled around a little bit so they can have a couple tables where they've got the celebrities, doing like quick pictures at the table with autographs. The celebrities in attendance are Brendan Sexton III, who played Warren the Shoplifter, Ethan Embry, who was Mark the Stoner, Rory Cochran, who played Lucas the store manager who gets the store into deep trouble.
He was my favorite.
Liv Tyler was Corey Mason, the girl obsessed with Rex Manning, and Max Caulfield himself, Rex Manning. And so they've got, for anybody who wants it, obviously they've got stills available. Many of them have stills available, which they're just signing and sending on. Or if they have like DVDs or like a movie poster or something, if people bring them up, they're just signing it and sending it on down the line and whatnot.
Ben, do you know who any of these people are?
This movie. Like I saw like a piece of it back in the day. It's Empire Records is a movie. These movies, some of them get like these cult followings where people just love them because they're campy, weird, dumb films, but that people love them anyway because of that. I don't get it, but yeah, they're all like stars of the movie. Like that one guy, he played the Rex Manning.
I have no idea who that is.
You don't need to. It's just for fun, really. It's campy, weird, dumb stuff. It's like like Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's that type of vibe, where things are just weird.
Okay, I know that one.
Yeah. It's like a similar type of thing, just less weird and more 90s silly, goofy.
And right as Ben says that, Lily, as you're kind of like trying to make heads or tails of this, you can see cardboard standees of Max Caulfield's character Rex Manning in his outfit, doing the whole like, sort of thing. So it makes sense. There's some sort of tie into his particular character.
Okay. Yes, you don't get it.
There is a back where, if you've seen the movie, going back towards where the staff only section is, they've kind of converted that platform a little bit now to include instruments where the band is going to play and whatnot, and they're in the process of doing the finishing touches right now. And so basically the way they have it set up is if you paid for like VIP access, you get to watch the concert from inside the store. If you didn't and you just got regular access, then you can still come in when the music has before the music is playing and after the music is playing. But they've got video screens outside, so you can actually, and with speakers, so you can still, the people outside, watch it and enjoy. Which obviously there's still a fairly big crowd out there because it can get kind of warm on the inside, and it is still quite cool outside for the evening.
Does that seem to be where Paladin is going to be playing? That's the main concert.
Yes,
venue thing that's
Paladin's going to be playing on the stage. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that the does that seem that's the main thing that's going on at this event, or are there other things that people are doing at different booths or stuff? Is this a place where things are happening, or it's everything's about the concert?
There are some small minor things going on, like there's some merch sales, which they have gone and recreated Empire Records merch. So there's some T-shirts and movie posters. Obviously, if you want to get them autographed too, you can do that. They have reprints of the Empire Records album with music from the movie and whatnot. So it's all 90s fare from there as well. They're also selling DVDs. You have some DVD sales for Empire Records, pretty dirt cheap given the fact it's an older movie. They've got people selling photo op. They have a specific photo op booth where you can get your picture with this member or all the cast members and whatnot, or get your picture with Rex Manning, sort of thing. And they've got an area specifically set up to make it look like this is a Rex Manning Appreciation Day sort of thing. So you would get your picture with Max Caulfield as Rex Manning, kind of playing up the character and whatnot. So they've got some little things going on, but it's clear the main piece of it is celebrating the movie, celebrating the day, some drinks and whatnot, and trying to get the stars' autographs.
Got it.
And then of course the concert, which is about to begin.
Okay. So then Ben's gonna be I'm gonna check out that 90s merch, just get a blast from the past maybe. But then I guess I'll meet everybody at the concert, right? If we're gonna watch Paladin. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later.
I'm going to be keeping an eye out for my contact Minnie. I'm going to look for the biker.
Okay, so Millie stands out because she's probably one of the only people here that looks like a biker. She's got denim jeans. She has kind of a leather crop top sort of thing going on. She has a leather coat, which actually has her cut on the back. It says Jagged Guardians.
Oh.
Just occurred to me I should probably pull up my notes document.
Guardians. You said Jagged Guardians?
Jagged Guardians, yes.
Cool. It's a cool name. Cool. So she spots her, she'll kind of wave her down.
So if you've seen the movie Skinwalkers,
I have not.
Okay. If you would like it, Rachel, it's actually a really good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good werewolf flick.
I feel like I've heard of it, but I know I haven't seen it.
Yeah. She looks like the actress Natasha Malfe, who is one of the primary antagonists in that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
P.S. We need to do XP.
We do.
We do? That's right. We should stop real quick and do that then. Does anybody have a birthday for the month of April?
No.
Hi.
Oh, well.
What about Todd or any of that? I don't know when anybody's birthday is.
Oh, it's October.
Yep.
October.
Like half of the rest of us.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, yeah. October is the big win month for XP.
Yeah.
Hey, my birthday's next month.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Make
so
sure
then who would like to roll this month's XP?
not it.
I don't
Not
actually
it.
have any dice out. Forgot.
I'll do it.
Okay, Ben.
I don't have a dice out for it. I forgot about it.
I found a dice roller online that I really like.
Nice.
I have one on my phone, but it's just not the same as rolling.
And of course, we have one in the Discord
It's
chat.
true.
It's a D4,
Oh, it's true.
is
We
that right?
do.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
D4.
D4 plus 1.
Like I have all these dice I've had for 20 years, and I'm not gonna use them.
Haha.
Dang it!
Nice. That means we're gonna get 5 XP.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Woohoo!
Booyah!
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
So if Sansa is still like around the rest of the group, then Trudy will see Millie and just kind of give her a nod.
Okay. Yeah, Sansa's still pretty close, but it's clear that she's looking around like for someone or something else.
Yeah. So once I spot her, I'll make my way over to her.
Okay. And she's got like long black hair. It's let down at this point. And so she comes walking back. She comes walking over and she says, you must be Sansa.
And you're Millie. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, likewise. So, Sandy is having me give you something.
Yes, she told me that I would be expecting something.
So she hands you like a little jewelry box. It's like,
Oh.
yay big.
Oh, well, thank you. And she'll open it.
She holds up her hands real quick and she says, "You don't want to open it here."
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Do you know what it is?
Yeah, it's a screamer box.
Oh, do I know what that is?
Probably not. I mean, there's so many like one-off like magical items and whatnot that can be created. You don't. It's almost impossible to keep track of all of them. She says, "Open the box when you want to hurt the ears of somebody and create a big distraction."
Okay. I'm just making notes here. The ears.
She says, "I
Okay.
think somebody kind of got the idea from Harry Potter."
Well, I mean, if it works, it works, I suppose. Okay. So screamer box. So you open it when you want to hurt the ears of someone and cause a distraction. Okay.
Are you talking about like the Screaming Book or the Mandrakes?
No, actually, well, the mandrakes was a good one too.
The howler.
But, no, the egg.
The egg?
Oh.
Oh.
Does
Okay.
that
Yeah.
mean something?
I don't know.
Put it in water. Go put it in water.
I'm gonna play around with it later, though. I don't know if I. Well, you know what? I should open it underwater. That's such a good idea, just in case. Well, I'll do that later, though. She'll play
Okay.
around with that later. So thank you, and she'll tuck it away in her blazer pocket because it's 90s and there's a pocket inside.
Sure, there you go. So as you do that, and you've already checked out the '90s merch. There's in addition to like the Empire Record shirts, they've got a couple popular bands T-shirts that they're selling there as well, like Soundgarden, Nirvana, Alice in Chains. Better Than Ezra.
Gotcha. As long as they're not like super expensive, he'll get a couple. Doesn't matter which ones. It's just 90s nostalgia.
Yeah, nope. They're going for $20 a pop, or 3 for $50.
He'll do that then. Yeah, he'll get like 3 different ones.
Sure. Okay. Concert shirts.
Yep.
I think the only one that Lily would get would probably be Alice in Chains.
Listen to his radio show. It's a good time. It's a Good
And
time.
Ben will buy the Alice in Chains shirt for Lily, so she doesn't have to pay for it.
Okay, how nice.
So sweet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Ben has to make up for a lack of abs.
Yeah, exactly. The abless one, apparently.
I know, just yeah.
Ben has abs. Come on.
No,
He's
I'm just,
appearing more.
I'm just running with the joke that everybody seems to say, think, Colin has like
Colin's
16
the only
abs.
one with
and-
abs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like
It's all about the abs.
they sparkle and change color and apparently
Lights shine off of them.
Ben-
cure world hunger.
Ben can have the pecs.
Yes.
There you go. Just go different parts of the torso.
Yeah, there you go. So as you guys get out on or get back in, you can see that Paladin is starting to take the stage. Paladin, however, has dressed differently than what they normally dress for this particular concert. They all of them look like a more of the Gothic Renaissance sort of look. So almost in a way they kind of match Rex Manning, but in obviously like a far more dark, kind of evil looking way. And as they all take to the stage, they thank everybody for being in attendance. Obviously, Sophie is here as well for the gig. And the first song that they end up starting off with is Alice in Chains' Wood. So if you've heard that song, obviously play it in your head. I can't play it online. So they open up with that. They end up following up with two Cranberry songs. They do How and Liar, both from the Cranberries' first album. They're doing obviously a lot of cover songs, and the crowd's getting into it because the idea was that they're doing songs that would have been appropriate to the era, at this record store and whatnot. They end up doing Counting Blue Cars by Dishwalla, which if you don't remember that song, that's one of the ones you've probably heard. You just don't remember the band's name. That's he said, "Tell me all your thoughts on God,
Oh,
because
yeah, I love that song.
I'd really like to meet him." Yeah, see, some of those bands, they had great songs, but it was like the radio almost never played their name. So it's so it's like, who are those guys?
They're in the zeitgeist of U.S. culture. Just
Yep.
nobody has any idea who they are.
Yep. They follow up that song with another band that falls into that category. They play Plowed by Sponge. If you look that one up, that is definitely a song everybody has heard. Same thing. And then as they start ramping up, you end up seeing something coming out from the back. And as soon as the lights go dim, you start hearing the brass horns kick on as they start playing Saddam A Go-Go by Guar. And really starting to rock out. And at one point, Isadora stops and she says, "Hey, Mark, why don't you come out and join the band?" And so you see Ethan Embry kind of look up and point to himself. Mark was the character he played in the movie. And she says, "Yeah, come on down." And so he's like, kind of comes, giggling. He's actually recreating his character from the movie and gets out there and he starts dancing more like, Beavis and Butthead, sort of thing, like, and partially stoned looking. And then Isadora's like, "Mark, we heard you wanted to start a band, yo. It's too bad you gotta die." And you end up seeing like this giant maggot looking thing with like a bunch of teeth coming out from behind him, and he turns around and like freaks out, and it bites down on him and starts like, you know, sucking him down and eating him.
Trudy will
So
turn to Agea and say, "Is this scripted?"
You know, Sansa has the same exact thought and look on her face. Is this supposed to happen?
Yeah, Lily's not too sure if she should run up and rescue him or.
Well, in fairness, if you've seen the clip, you would know the worm is very clearly like, you know, a couple of people doing. Have you ever seen the Chinese dragons they do in parades?
Oh, okay.
The worm is very similar to that, except the front of it is all like fully encased, and so
Okay.
basically, like, you know, they make it look like the front of the mouth or the maw is like eating down on somebody, and people from behind them pull them in.
right, okay, yeah.
Okay.
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 So she won't
like-
freak out too much.
Yeah.
It's like those mascots that kind of do the same thing. They run up to somebody and they whomp. They pretend they eat the person.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yep.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And so the crowd eats that up because they're basically recreating, you know, the scene from you know, Empire Records at that point where Mark got so stoned that he saw himself in the television. And at that point, as they wrap, and Agea didn't really answer Trudy because she was too into the show. You know, throwing her hands up, just like, woo, Gwar! And at that point, they wrap up real quick, and you end up here. The lights go dim again. They're pulling the world maggot back out at this point, and then you see another person come walking out from behind on stage, and you end up hearing, "Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy." Come over the you know, the speakers, and you end up seeing Max Caulfield dressed as his character, Rex Manning, and they end up all doing a retake of Say No More, Mon Amour.
And all the girls in Paladin are wearing that little black negligee.
No, actually, they're dressed up in the gothic look. But to that point, the women are doing the woman's part, you know, in that particular song, sounding all like sexy or like fawning over him or whatnot. Everybody trading, you know, moments. He does a bow at the end of the song and, you know, waves his hand, and in staying in character, you know, he goes to kick the door back and says, "Why don't you just all fade away?" You know, and walks out. And of course, the fans are loving it. You know, they're having a good time with it. And Isadora announces that they're the final song of the show is going to be a new original, and that is "Race Against the Darkness," which at this point you see Sophie grabbing her guitar. Sophie, would you like to roll for this?
Sure.
I think this would probably be the only song that Lily would appreciate.
Wow,
I think
Lily,
she's in horror from all the other songs.
Lily didn't. Have you heard "Sodom a Go-Go"?
No,
Okay, so go listen
not
to
that
that.
I can remember.
Go listen to that, and go listen to "Wood" by Alice in Chains.
Yeah, I know Wood. Yeah, she would have appreciated that, but like the Rex Manning thing, no, that frightened her.
Oh yeah.
5 successes.
Okay.
Nice.
And so at this point they're they're basically singing this anthem about racing against the darkness, constantly being under pressure, standing up and fighting, but still having to push forward. And then Sophie comes out with her guitar and just starts shredding like Eddie Van Halen, just doing this thing. And at one point, like, she flips it up like behind her back, and starts doing it kind of inverted, behind her shoulders, to finish up the song because she got a lot of successes. And even though the crowd is screaming encore, at this point, Paladin bows out. House lights kind of come back up, as well as some house music, which is playing a variety of 90s songs, which after that is kind of a letdown, from the show and what Sophie ended up doing. But the first song that comes on is Better Than Ezra's Good. It's good, 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 yeah. Sitting around the house.
Is Ben actually doing the whole?
He was, yeah, and he would have been like hooting and hollering at especially at Sophie's shredding.
Okay.
And Trudy would just remark to the group that the Baron is quite skilled.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect that from her.
Trish is just trying to like figure out how she feels about the music. She knows it all, but she's kind of like not used to being around this crowd. Both the crowd as in all of the people, but then also like the crowd of this type of music. So it's like she's kind of having fun, but also feels very weirded out by all of it.
She's like, they only sang about God once, and I don't think it was really Christian.
The actor that got swallowed by the worm, did he reappear?
Yeah. He ended up reappearing at the.
Trudy is just concerned about that.
Yeah, he ended up reappearing at the table at this point, and to the other cast that were still sitting down and enjoying the show, they're laughing about the whole thing and recreating it, cracking jokes.
Well, that was pretty great.
It was interesting.
It was that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
but there are a lot of people here, and that's what really matters, right?
Yeah. I guess this is pulling in a good crowd for your business, right? I mean, you run the joint technically.
I mean, I have somebody else run it for me.
Could we possibly go over and say hi to Liv Tyler now?
Sure.
Is she still here? Okay. Trish is just basically going to follow Trudy around like a little puppy until we get to that moment.
Sure.
We don't have to RP it, but like that she's totally like that's the whole reason she's excited about being here.
So Trudy will direct the group to the behind the scenes area where they can meet the actors.
Okay, yeah, it's basically like a green room. They've got a table with some snacks, drinks, and whatnot. And once they've wrapped that up, the actors are wandering into the back. The back here is set up a little bit like the office, but obviously most of the attention to detail was just the front part of the store. So this is like, what you would see behind a stage and part of the actual sound stage itself. And as they come, they're all walking out. Of course, Trudy and Trish, are inside, and of course somebody makes the introduction for all of you. Somebody who's on staff and just lets them know that Trudy is the person who owns the whole place, sort of thing. And there's like, oh, okay, kind of making the correlation, like why there's something special about this. And so
she'll just be professional and cordial and treat them all like honored business people, and just like very kind of like warm but impersonal.
Mm-hmm.
Just shake their hand.
The employees that they are, like the boss being
just like
very nice to the employees.
She has no like personal connection to any of these actors, so
right.
She's just she'll be shaking their hands and thank them for coming, and hope they had a nice time.
Okay.
Trish tries really, really hard not to fangirl over Liv Tyler. The rest of them she doesn't care about at all. She's like, okay, yeah, that's nice. Okay. And then she's like turns to Liv Tyler and is like, she has a moment. She tries to hold it all in and she tries to be very professional, just like Trudy. She's taking her cue.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as she like kind of walks away, she kind of like freaks out.
And just word vomits over everybody.
Yeah, basically.
Like, yeah. Oh my god!
It's like she touched my hand and I can't believe it. And she's so pretty in real life. And like all of the things.
Okay.
Even if they're still within hearing distance, she can't hold it in anymore.
All right. So you're able to get a picture, on your phone with, like a selfie sort of thing with Liv Tyler.
And just like a midget versus like the tall chick. So it looks really funny. So she's like up on her tippy toes trying to look like she's a little taller.
Okay. That's... And so with that part of it wrapped up, did any of you have anything that you wanted to do in character? Keep in mind, this is Trudy's studio. So if you needed to go anywhere, or I should say studios, if you needed to go anywhere to talk or plan or whatnot, there are plenty of places to do that here. So you could just make it happen.
Well, do we really have anything to talk about as a group at this point?
Only that it's been eerily quiet.
I think it's been just the right kind of quiet.
Trudy, do you have refreshments? Do you happen to have refreshments of the more rare variety around?
The more, what do you mean by more rare?
I mean, she's trying to be like,
oh, you
covert.
mean
She doesn't do the covert thing.
The allergen free type.
For us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know your guys' lingo very well. Still.
I thought you meant.
Just kidding. She probably would have picked it up by that point.
I thought you meant you need something specific.
Has anybody checked in on Damaris?
Seems like she's just been recovering. I haven't actually talked to her myself, but yeah, has anybody else?
I have not.
Yeah, I've been kind of giving her space.
Out of character, Jerome, I figure probably Dahlia and Kyrene would have taken her in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
I mean, she still has her place.
She's in good hands.
But yeah.
Sansa, was that Ms. Von Braun that I saw you talking with earlier?
If you mean Millie, then yes, I believe so. I've only just met her tonight.
Sorcerer business, I suppose.
That's kind of. I was being given a gift for helping out in Portland.
Well, that's delightful.
So
hope there's nothing untoward. I've worked with her previously, but it's been some time since she's been in town, as far as I know.
no, I don't know anything about her, so I can't say. And she seemed fine.
Well, that's all right.
I liked her jacket, actually.
She was real nervous about working with vampires, I must say. But you might know better than I, but I believe she's one of the sorcerers that work with ghosts.
Would I know that? I don't know anything about her, so.
Yeah, you don't know anything about her. So you have no idea.
I would have to take your word on that because I don't know. This is the first night I've met her, so if that's what she is, then that's quite interesting.
All right, well, let's I'll show you to my office where there are some refreshments.
That sounds great.
She will lead them through the studio to the token office that she keeps on the premises just in case she needs an office there.
Sure. Okay, so you're going into the actual offices
Yeah.
of the studio.
Yep.
Where the magic happens.
Yep.
So
if anybody gets starstruck or something by just walking through the studio, like Trudy would be happy to slow down and kind of give them a little mini tour as they go through.
And Ben would ask Cindy if she has a special place where she works too, and like visit that spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah, she's in production over on the Stargate series.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Very cool. So he fawns over that.
But that's on the other side of the property.
Okay.
In one of the other sound stages.
Oh, okay.
But when you go into the offices, obviously, I mean, it looks like you would imagine any other office, but they've got some movie related properties up on the walls and pictures. There's a large and wide shot of the old Tucson studios here as well. That's up there. And it has some notes right below it talking about the Gina Carano, Kurt Russell Western film called Morrow Hill. I think that's what it's called. Hold on a second.
I don't think I ever heard the name of it.
Yes, Morrow Hill. So they ended up doing a independent Western film out there. So it's got some commentary underneath it.
It's out now, right?
Oh yeah.
Out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in production last year.
Okay. Wait, is that a real? That's not a real movie.
No.
Okay. It's hard to keep track sometimes.
No. Not a real film. Real location, not a real film.
Okay.
But then you go back into Trudy's office, and it's this spacious pad that she never visits. It's got books up on the shelf that she never reads. It's got plants in here that are obviously maintained by staff. It has, in one of the corners, it's got like a globe, like a brass globe, sort of thing you do get spin decor. But if you ever wanted to look at the map, you can do that. It's got this, and I like using this word, this Brobdingnagian desk, massive desk, made of ornate oak and whatnot. That this is probably the first time she's even seen this desk in like a year. There's a couple chairs in here, but not enough for everybody, so they have to bring in a couple. But there's plenty of room.
She's gonna like run her finger across the desk and just kind of look at it and then nod. But as people get in, she'll like close the blinds on the office window.
Sure, sounds good.
And then just lock the door once everybody's in there.
Okay.
Just so that nobody walks in.
Yep, privacy. So there's enough for everybody to have a blood point.
Yep. Ben will partake.
Okay.
I'll just have a Sprite, please.
Yep.
She's like, I think I have something in there too, and so she'll look in the.
She has a mini fridge, and there are a couple bottled waters, and there are like 3 Diet Cokes.
Okay, I'll take a Diet Coke.
She'll bring out a Diet Coke.
Okay.
Been a while since I've had a Diet Coke. Super long while.
I was just thinking the same thing.
She sips it gratefully.
Yeah.
Glad she can drink regular drinks.
Yeah. Cindy's like, yeah, you're not missing anything.
Right
Well,
now,
that's
I'm
good
just
to hear.
enjoying the fact that I can drink this.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, cool place. Good times. Good times. You don't use this office very often, do you? It's like a museum in here almost.
Yeah, it's I leave the day-to-day running of the studio to other folks. Same with the Tucson studio. Obviously, I can't be there when I'm here. So, and honestly, I don't know the first thing about making movies. So I leave that to the professionals. But it's here in case I end up needing to bring business here to the studio. And it didn't need to be this big, but you know, in the movie business, appearances are kind of a big thing.
Makes sense. That's the whole point, right? Well, neat. So nothing's nobody's running anything like weird in the past few weeks, have they? Like anything I should know about? I know I'm the one who's supposed to be doing that, but it's just been nice having like some nights off. I know we've got some other things that we got to deal with in town, but
It's been pretty chill on my front. I mean, Cindy and I, she kind of nods heads that we have spent a lot of money. Other than that, it's been real quiet.
good, excellent.
I do believe that there's still a bit of mopping up to do, but I mean, we need to not let our guard down, seeing as how a few of them made it out.
Yeah.
I still have
How
my
worried do we need to be about the fact that
Well, there were 3 that we know of who are apparently powerful that weren't there when we got there. Apparently, they just go from place to place. Seems like at least one of them is a part of the Black Hand, and the other one's a part of a Sabbat anti-demon Inquisition type thing. We got Black Wallace, Bastion, and Coach. Never saw them. But maybe that's for the better. They could have been tough to tangle with, even with special rat bombs.
Now, tell
Did
me how
they,
that all
like-
went down. I don't
are
think
we
that
going to get blowback on that though?
I mean, from what I've heard, the Camel are already taking up shop in Portland. So whatever's going on there, you know what? They're dealing with it. They made the masquerade. They know how to deal with it and fix it. And the vast majority of stuff that should have been broken, like they fix it anyway, it seems. So I don't think we have a problem with that. But as far as Sabbat, I mean, there's Sabbat throughout, but at least we got rid of the hornet's nest. A few hornets flew away, but meh. We just have to be, aware. And that reminds me, I should be making this more known. Anybody needs training, like you need to know how to throw a punch, block a punch, whatever, let me know. I should be running classes or something. I know, Trudy, you and Gaia have been doing your fighting. How's that going?
Well, less and less bruises every time until Agaya steps up her game again. It's been educational.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, and she's ex-Sabat, so I'm sure she's got some moves that are dirtier than most, and those are the most effective ones.
It's been educational.
True.
Good. Yeah, but
as,
anyone
as
wants
Trudy
to...
kind of flinches, holds her hips.
Is Agea here with
Well,
us?
and Trish has been with her though, right?
Have we done that yet?
Trish has been with them through all this, right?
Then yeah, if that's the
fighting?
case, then yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Agea is very rough. Like she rarely pulls punches, and her idea is very much like the dodgeball method. You could dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball, sort of thing. So she's going to be purposely, over the top like that, to not to beat you down, although that is fun for her, but to put you in situations frequently that you're the underdog. So you have to find a way to fight your way out. So that way, hopefully, you'll progress faster.
I don't think Lily would be taking classes with the Gaia.
Probably wise.
Right.
Well, Trish has been. I know Trish has been with Agaya and Trudy for a little bit of it, but Ben, at one point you had offered.
At least a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, anybody wants to do something on a regular basis, we can do that. And, I know we've maybe a dumb time to offer this, but now that we've got some time to actually make sure we know what we're doing, if anybody wants help on speed, strength, anything like that I can do, I can teach you that stuff. It's always useful. You've seen me or have felt me, use those powers. So, it works.
Cindy's
and
all,
if everyone had
ew,
it.
overshare.
Yeah, not like, don't be dirty. Don't be dirty. It's weird.
I wasn't the one dirty. Why would you tell them that they've all felt you?
Because not literally felt. I mean, technically.
No, that's my
Okay.
job.
She's like,
She's got a point.
Likewise, if anyone needs,
I would take you up on that.
All right.
likewise, if anyone is interested in developing a thicker skin, I can help with that too.
Yeah, I'd be very interested in that, Miss Trudy.
Wait,
And
like literally a thicker skin, or like emotionally a thicker skin?
supernaturally
So you
thicker
can take an insult.
I mean, emotional resilience is a thing. I'm just.
sticks and stones.
I wasn't in Portland. I don't totally know everything that happened.
I mean,
Speaking of, do we know who from the cam came to do the takeover?
I think they're still getting their ducks in a row.
We're going to have to deal with a prince, aren't we?
Right. But according to the treaty that the Baron made, they should be allowing Ashland and other anarchs across the world, I believe, to have their own autonomy.
Yeah, I think that was the whole contract, right?
Well, let's hope that they stick to it, because cams only do what benefits them, not what's going to benefit us.
Well,
and it depends on who they have for a prince.
The Justicar that signed the treaty is the Justicar of all Justicars. And
yes, I'm aware who she is.
If they don't toe the line according to the treaty, then that will go badly for them.
Well, we'll see. Treaties have been broken before. I mean, we had the Conventions of the Roses.
Well,
So I have my man still entrenched in the city, just keeping an eye on things until the cam gets set up. So anything interesting happens, we should know about it.
Good.
It's good.
Excellent.
It's good to have eyes there. Sansa, how are the sorcerers?
Well, they're still laying low. Everything is still relatively fresh. But they are. I've felt it was important to make them aware, that the cam are now there. But that, I mean, I don't see any issues so far. So
Yeah, I think that they will be all right as long as there isn't a strong Tremere presence there.
true. But just in general, I mean, we're accustomed to keeping out of the spotlight, so to speak. So, that's why we survived so long.
Yeah. Well, we are in debt to them, so if they ever need assistance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No problem. It's nice to work together for once.
True. It's unusual, but beneficial. And you have been a joy to have.
Oh, well, thank you. It's been an adjustment. When I came here, it was not to get involved in your messes, but it just happens that some of the messes you had were spilled over. So
I'm glad that you were there. We wouldn't have probably gotten Damaris back if you hadn't been.
I don't know. That was a spur of the moment decision that was not supposed to happen, but I think if that everything had gone to plan, you probably would have been able to get her out. But
I don't know.
things happen for a reason.
What we had to come up against. I mean, if it hadn't been for the exploding rats, I don't know.
I wish I had been there to see that. That would have been
I,
funny. In
I
fact, I
would
probably could have
like
helped with throwing those.
I would like to hear the story about this exploding rats.
Exploding rats. Yeah. So Dahlia's whole thing where she can create spores that can mess
Purify.
animals and people up, and apparently vampires too if they breathe them in. Well, uh, Lily got some rats, and then Dahlia, went ahead and put the spores in the rats. And we thought they were going to last longer than normal, but they started popping, like exploding with the spores popping out. So we
So
had to hurry up.
they were dying prematurely.
They were, yeah, exactly. Yeah, they couldn't survive.
It's
Literally,
kind of like one of the episodes from the X-Files. I don't know if you've ever, where they were at some volcano. Anyway, the research team, they had gotten some kind of, I don't know, have you guys ever watched the X-Files?
That's a TV show.
That's one of the shows that's on late night television. So yes.
So the thing that came out of their necks and then poof. I mean, that was kind of like how the rats were.
there you go.
So
Yeah.
y'all made bombs out of rats and threw them at people?
We kind of had to at that point. Yeah, we just then picked them up because they were going to go any second. We ran to the door. I opened it up. We just hucked him. Remus, boy, he's got an arm. I didn't know that his throwing skills. He just slammed that into one guy, just poofed right into his face. It's pretty good. But then we had to close the door. They were laughing at us because
Yeah, their reaction was, I think, actually entertaining.
Yeah, they didn't know what was going to happen, but it takes time for the spores to do their thing. So then we had to fight for a couple of minutes, and there were zombies coming from one area, and Then there was this guy, man, he was just built like a mountain. It took several of us to try to deal with him, and we still couldn't take him down. I had to do the dread gaze to make him run away.
Well, he almost killed you.
Yeah, that was rough. That guy, he's spent all of his time being as strong as possible, clearly. But
Is it rude for me to say I'm glad I wasn't there?
No.
Fatality.
Okay, I'm glad I was not there.
But you gotta kind of. I mean, I think we would have probably acted the same way if they were to rush in and hit us with rats.
yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Possibly.
now
It
you
is-
know. Someone throws a rat at you, you want to duck or dodge
Yeah.
it.
don't breathe.
Yeah,
dip.
don't breathe.
So
Well, that's exciting.
how long did it take for the spores to take over our
Not
town?
very long.
Yeah, like a minute, maybe less. Fortunately, it wasn't super long, but long enough for us to have
Well,
to do some damage. But
It
we
allowed
did enough.
Dahlia. It allowed Dahlia to control them, so she was able to turn them against her own people.
Oh, fascinating.
Oh,
So they were fighting their own.
so like mind
Techniques.
control spores?
In a way, they.
That's more like body control spores.
Yeah, I mean, because they're.
Puppets.
I mean, we're dead already, but they're like deader than dead, if she has control of them.
So she was like the marionette master, the
Yeah,
puppet master.
yeah, I would say, yeah,
Don't remind me never to piss Dahlia off.
yeah.
Bloody Jeez.
Yeah, it's a
Sounds
weird
like-
power. I've never known
powerful.
anybody that has something like that before.
Is that magic? Is it magic that she uses, or is it science?
I think a little bit of both.
Yeah, it's a little similar to what.
I mean, she was taking notes in the middle of the battle.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
She's got a very scientific mind.
Right. But y'all's got out. Okay.
Yep.
Ish. I am sorry, Lily, about what happened with your dad.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yes.
In fact, I was talking to Ben. I think I'm going to need to get some counseling for her because, we had to fabricate his passing, and it's not like she can go to a regular grief counseling because of what we are. So I was thinking maybe having her go see the doc.
I think that's an excellent
Who's the
idea.
doc?
Dr. Prester?
Yeah.
Have you not?
I
made
don't think
him-
she's met Dr. Prester.
No.
He's a fascinating man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. He actually even figured out a weird serum type thing that if someone recently turned, they get injected with this stuff, they can be unturned. It takes like a couple of days or something, but it actually worked. I had to do that for a little girl who had just been turned, and she's doing good so far. I've got to check up to make sure that she's doing okay. But
Wait, so it's like a cure?
That's
only
a
if
pretty
you
major breakthrough.
Yeah, not for it wouldn't, I guess, work for us because we've been like this for years. But if it's been like maybe a day or two at max, like it
That
hasn't
fresh.
taken full hold,
As
then
I
it can
recall,
Huh.
she had not yet fed, and that was a factor.
I think
Yeah.
Wow.
that was a big factor.
Oh.
And I don't
That's
need
That's a big
to-
deal.
Yeah.
I don't need to convey to you the importance of keeping that particular secret under wraps.
Yeah, because we don't want Dr. Prester to come under fire because there would be some vampires out there not happy with the fact that we could turn back a potential child.
However,
Yeah, no, I understand. That's just very powerful piece of science, ability, magic. I don't know. That's just very powerful.
perhaps I don't know what plans y'all have, but it might be worth making a visit to his office. Just check in and see how he's doing.
Yeah, we were actually going to go over there tonight before we got the call from Cindy.
Exactly.
Well, have you guys done any type of like remembrance or ceremony or anything for him?
The story that we had to give his place of employment was that he had a massive heart attack and he was cremated.
But you haven't done anything for your mom. There's been nothing that way. Because that would probably help a lot if you did some kind of like remembrance ceremony, even doing up in the mountains or something like that, away from everybody else. But that might
it's not
help.
like we could really invite family and stuff. So
And if it's just for her, then it doesn't matter if anybody else is there.
I don't know. We'll have to see
How
what the
long has
doctor says.
How long has he been your dad?
About 2 years.
All right. It's difficult to lose someone like that.
How often do you go through parents?
Actually, this is my first set because I ran from my sire. My I guess you could call her my sister since she was also his child. We both escaped his grip, and I came across them. They actually thought I was their deceased daughter. So it was kind of a beneficial thing. They kind of, in a way, got their daughter back, and I had a good cover story for looking as young as I do.
Yeah.
That's real sweet.
How old are you?
I think around 50.
Okay, I just gotta ask. So she just asked you what your age was. So it's okay if ladies ask each other what their age is, but the moment a guy asks a lady what their age is, I get a hand across the face. What's with that? It's not
I
fair.
think that's just true whether you're a vampire or not.
It is a bit of a double standard, but
I think context
it's
matters.
fine.
Too.
I didn't slap you across the face.
No,
Context does matter.
never asked your full age. Okay, well. Anyway, I mean, so yes, we want to head over to the doc's office, assuming he's in. I should probably text him and see if he's even in right now. Here, let's take a look. So Ben goes ahead and texts the doc to see if he's in his office.
So you send a text message?
Yeah, send that to Doc.
Yeah, and so he fires a text message back, and he says, "Yeah, I have to hold evening hours, so I'm almost always in."
And so sends one back like, "Do you mind if a few of us come over? Have a few things to discuss."
Sends another text back. Not at all. We'll make sure the calendar is clear.
Excellent.
So Sansa, would you like to come and meet Dr. Prester as well?
You know, I would. Someone who's been able to do that, that's pretty incredible. So, yeah.
Yeah, I figured you would like to meet him. And of course, Trish can now meet him so she knows who we're talking about. Cindy, are you going to come?
She's like, no, I'm good.
Has she out of character, has she's been working
Really? You're good. What are you gonna do?
I'm sorry, you were saying what, Trudy?
has she been working with him since she came back?
She saw him the one time.
The one time.
Yeah. She's like, no, I've already met him. I've got his number.
Are you actively avoiding him?
Hey, Davy Jones, what's going on, man? She says, I have other things to do.
All right. Hey, would you do me a favor if you're going back to the house and go pick up Dozer from the trainers?
Oh, sure, I can do that. And she
Thank
said, I.
you.
She points to your pouch.
Oh, yeah. She'll unbuckle it from around her. She's got a little treat pouch that she always keeps at the small of her back. So she'll grab it and untie it from around her waist and then hand it to her and be like, don't give him more than like 5 over the evening. I learned I have been over treating him. So we don't want him to get used to the idea that he always gets a treat every time he does the right thing.
Understandable. I got it.
Cool. Okay. Thank you very much. And she'll give her just like a real quick little like side hug.
Okay. She does that too.
I'll be right back.
Sure. And she says,
Isn't the trainer the cat?
No. Dear Lord, no. The trainer is
Cuddles
not
is
a
doing a really good
cat.
job. Though.
Cuddles, yeah, Cuddles did help, yes.
For like half a second. Oh shoot, did my video go weird?
Yeah, I got you back.
Okay. No, he babysat for one night. That's it. Dozer's actually getting trained with military trainers.
Military trainer. Like you're gonna make him like a full-on combat canine?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's the plan. I don't know when we start the actual like learning to fight with each other thing, but that's the idea.
Have you Googled him?
Dear Lord, what?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do that, right?
I have never. So I don't even totally understand what you're saying. Like I know what ghouls are. Why would I want to Google my dog?
Well, I have a Gould owl.
They,
Wait, is Creepy Cat Gould?
No,
Okay. Why is he so
because
smart?
it ensures complete loyalty to you, and because animals usually don't like me, I can get around that by having them Gould.
Well, he doesn't seem to have a problem. At least with me and Ben, he's been good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, if you
animals
don't
are
need
weird.
to, you don't have to, obviously. But I mean, apparently, like with ghouls, it's gonna make them stronger too. If you really wanted that, if he's gonna be a fighting dog, something to consider. But
Down
you do
the
you.
line. Well, I'll think about that down the line.
It also will prolong his life
Yeah, it's
For how long?
until you stop feeding him blood.
yeah, like any ghoul.
But he can still
I
get
learned
hurt and
so
die,
much.
though.
Well, of course, we
Yeah.
can too. We can meet final death. Just,
It would just be tougher for your dog to, be killed.
I mean, if he gets shot, he's not going to die from the bullet wound as long as it's not to the head.
Okay, that is something to
Poor
think about.
Sansa, she's having to listen to all this.
She's
You know what?
slowly
Just
taking
keep
notes.
talking. I am totally. She is 100% taking notes.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like this is exactly how ghouls work.
Don't worry
Excellent.
about her.
Totally forget that
fine.
she's around.
I'm a
All
wallflower.
right, I'll think about it. And if that ever does come up, maybe we can chat. But for the moment, yes, he is getting military training. He has to earn his vest though. So he's not at that point.
Well, all right. So we the dock's ready for us if we want to go. We done here?
Yeah. I think I've had enough of this Rex Manning as I can handle.
I don't blame
I
you.
got
I
my-
got my shirts. I'm good.
I got my picture with Liv Tyler, so we're all right. We can go.
Again, you might want to.
Yeah, the get up, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you.
Why would a gay have to take it off?
I'm sure Doc wouldn't be bothered.
So she's like, so she kind of like looks at herself and she's like, no.
You can borrow my
No,
concert T-shirt.
no. I'm good.
Okay.
Off we go.
All right.
Rocket proud.
She'll close up her office.
Okay.
Make sure everything looks above board.
Okay.
So
I
Lily
take
will
it
go
she's
with
driving
Ben.
you there. Okay.
Unless she doesn't want to go.
No, she'll wait in the car. And as she climbs into the car, you see that her whole appearance changes, and she just looks like a casual young woman driving a car.
To have that ability.
Agaya, do you still have the stuff on? Can I touch it if it's still there?
She says, "You want to touch me?"
I mean, who wouldn't want to touch you? But I mean, like your little shoulder skulls.
Go right on ahead.
Trisha's gonna reach forward and just see if she can still feel it.
Okay.
Can she still feel them?
Give me. Hold on one second.
Look, Trish is basically me, and I have ADHD, which means Trish has very random thoughts.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so up. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted. No.
Sansa, you gonna go with us?
Doggone it. Here we go.
Sorry, I'm muted. To the doctor's place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Are you following us, or are you just gonna go with us?
She'll follow.
Okay.
Okay.
And for the record,
one
we're
second.
going to his office, not to his home.
Right.
Oh, I think his office was part of his home, wasn't it?
No, it was a different place.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I remember it being a different place.
Roll your Oh, yeah, so you're not even using that. So just roll your willpower.
Really?
Yep. Difficulty 9.
Why can't I find willpower? Where is it on the sheet?
It's towards the
First
bottom.
page of sheet,
Middle.
middle towards the
Down
bottom.
towards the
of blood
bottom.
pool.
Guys,
Is Trish frozen?
I probably am.
Video wise,
Yeah.
yes, but we can
Yeah,
hear
I
her,
see.
so
Yeah.
that's a good. I can. We can still hear her, so I wasn't gonna worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's frozen in a happy
One
place.
I'm frozen with a happy face. Yay! One success.
Okay. So you reach out and touch her, and you like touch her shoulder, and you feel her shoulder.
Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Can you teach people how to do that?
I sort of could.
You when I come in for a training, can you teach me how to do that?
No.
Mm. What if I asked really nicely and I brought you something of high value?
Well, then I'm gonna end up feeling dirty like I'm Camarilla, I don't want to feel like I'm Camarilla.
Okay. Don't totally know how to take that one. Okay, fine. Never mind. Let's just go.
So
We're good. She just
all
has
of
to
you-
sit back.
Yeah, no problem. All of you gather in your collective cars. You drive across town to the sleepy side of town that the office slash home that Dr. Prester has taken up for himself. Oh, pardon me. Of course, you guys have all been here before. It's a nice older looking home. Sits on a small piece of land, but there are other homes obviously in this area and directly across the street. The front door light is on, specifically to the side door, which is where he has his office.
Oh, I thought it was a different place from his home.
Yeah, I was thinking it was his home.
Well, I could be wrong. It happens sometimes.
So approach, and so this is does it lead directly into? Is this a door that's leading into his home part
Yeah.
or the office part? Okay, so go up and go ahead and knock, or if there's a doorbell, ring the doorbell.
Sure. So he as you ring the doorbell, he opens up the door.
Ah, good timing, Doc. How's it going?
Oh, I did just fine. I was expecting you since you called ahead. Why don't all of you come inside?
Don't mind if I do. Head on in.
So it's his office on the inside of here. It's kind of segregated from the rest of the house, but it has obviously a door that leads into the rest of the house. There's the couch that's in here, as well as like 2 chairs and his desk.
Can you guys see me now?
No, we see the OBS logo.
Oh, for the love. Okay, hold on.
There you go.
There it is.
Yay! I fixed tech problems. Okay.
Yeah, so Ben just pops a squat on the couch.
He says, I don't believe I've met everyone. Is this some sort of crisis meeting, or how can I help?
Well, it's been a while since we've met, and don't know if you've met Trish. Trish, this is Dr. Prester. She's relatively new to Ashland.
Hi.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm good. What kind of doctor are you? Because Cindy came to see you.
She did. I am a chemist, as well as a couple of other things, including psychology,
Oh, so you're a shrink.
among other things. Yes.
All right. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Well, thank you.
And then we have Sansa, Dr. Prester.
She'll extend her hand. Pleasure to meet you.
He shakes your hand in return. Of course, of course.
So I think you've met the rest of us here. Maybe not. Agaya stayed in the car, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And I take it Cindy, like she went back home or somewhere else.
Oh, yeah,
As we
yeah.
were picking up. Okay.
She hung out.
She went to get go to Dozer.
She hung out for a bit and then went to and then when she was leaving, she's going to go pick up the dog from doggy daycare and training and bring it home.
Okay, cool. So then Ben's all, yeah. So just wanted to catch up. Yeah, you might have heard that we finally managed to deal with the neighbors up north. So that's been fixed. The cam are moving in as we speak.
So I have heard. The Archon had made mention of that. I met with him the other night.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, how do things seem to be going as far as the cam are concerned, if you know?
Hold that thought. Give me just 1 minute. Sorry about that. Bad timing.
It's so serious. He has to go get notes.
My
Just
special
kidding.
notebook.
It's not a good sign.
Is that better? Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, my USB port on the back of my computer stopped working.
Oh,
Awkward.
yeah, it's coming in clear now.
Yeah, you look good.
I normally have to call my husband for all of that stuff. I'm like, Weston! I'll be in the middle of like business meetings. I'm like, it stopped working.
He's your household IT.
He is. He's so good, which is funny because I work in software development in term for configuration, and I'm like, I don't know why the video stopped working.
So how about Rex Manning Day?
So
huh?
do you guys all go see the D&D movie together?
A lot of us, yeah.
We did.
Oh my gosh, did you love it?
It was really good.
Oh, it's so good. We went and saw it this weekend.
I've seen
Yeah.
it
I
3
haven't
times.
seen it yet.
It's
Surprisingly
so good. Like
Yeah.
through so much of it, it was like, oh, that's Misty Step. Oh, that was Electric Arc. Oh, that was like, it's like naming the different spells. And I kept thinking in my head, I was like, oh, he rolled a nat 20 for that one.
Yeah.
I haven't been to the theater since COVID hit.
Yeah.
That is a good movie to go see in as like a return movie and go see
It's a
it
lot
in
of
like a
fun.
really big screen because
I
there's just it's a spectacle. Like it's a visual spectacle. It's so
But I
much
think
fun.
also like it's
I enjoyed it.
about the story. It's not about the mechanics. And so if you're like not a super
Yeah.
nerd D&D player, you can still
Nerd.
go enjoy it for just
Mhm.
for just the movie.
Nice.
Unite.
It's
Okay.
so good. And the story is like very interesting too. It's not just a like I don't know if you watched the one from 20 years ago that was so
Yeah.
horrible. Like it was but it was like this one's so they're talking about doing a sequel. It
I
hasn't
hope
been
so.
greenlit yet, but
More
it's
like this,
been
please.
such a success.
More like this, please.
Yeah, it's like just do another campaign. Like you don't have to like do bigger and better. Just do a different campaign.
It doesn't even
Just
have
make
to be the
sure-
same people.
Well, just make sure the U.S. gets the mugs and the Dice Tower cups too.
Right?
Not just,
No, we didn't even have anything like that here. We still had friggin' Wakanda Forever memorabilia things on our theater.
Awesome. Let's go watch
Sorry.
D&D.
sorry.
We're going to market you Wakanda forever.
It's what it felt like. It was like all of the blankets and the popcorn mug things, and it was like, did the D&D movie not come out? Like you guys were all talking about these cool things that you got, and I was like, I got a normal tub of popcorn.
Okay, so I'm back. Your question was again?
So how are things in the Camarilla end? If you know what's happening.
I don't know much. I just know that the Archon Alistair had requested to meet with me. He seemed rather interested in my affairs from Denver, Colorado.
Huh.
You're not in any trouble, are you?
No, I actually came away thinking he was dissuading individuals from their moving to Portland.
Dissuading who?
The prince of the city holds grudges. Well, let us just say that. And
So
he
who
held
is
me
the,
responsible for something I had nothing to do with.
The Prince of Denver?
Yes.
he's not the Prince of Portland now, right?
No, he is not.
Okay. Do you know who the prince is?
I do not. I think that is something the Archon is attempting to assist with in however move they make. I don't know the particulars.
Gotcha.
It's kind of
Well.
a big announcement, I'm sure it will be.
Well, one of the reasons why I wanted to come and see you is one of my ghouls, the one that portrayed my father, was killed during the Sabbat raid. And
I see
his
my
wife,
condolences.
thank you. His wife is also my ghoul, and she's really having a hard time dealing with the loss of her husband. and she can't really go to a normal grief counseling because of who we are. So I was kind
I
of
see.
hoping maybe you could meet with her.
I would be happy to assist with that. Just send her my contact information, and obviously they would be situated in the evening time.
Right. Yeah,
But
she's used to the
I'm happy
hours.
to assist where I can.
Okay, thank you. Also, how is what was the girl's name, Ben?
Yeah, Elaine, I think, right? The girl that we had saved
Rescued from the
from the
Savage.
Mhm.
YMCA. How is she doing? Is she still on the up and up?
She is the last particular meeting I had with her. She is having some difficulties at school. There's some disassociation, I believe, that may be happening that could be related to the trauma that was suppressed within her. But otherwise, she seems to be acclimating fairly well.
Good.
That's good.
All right. Excellent. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's good to know. I mean that it takes care of that stuff. If you find out anything else about what's happening with the cam up north, let us know if you can. That'll be good to know what's happening with their neighbors.
Of course, I'm not that politically minded, nor do I have those types of contacts. But if I happen to speak to the Archon and he lets something slip, I will be happy to pass that down.
Excellent.
I expect the Baron will have news for us soon.
I imagine she would. From my understanding, she was going to be meeting with him shortly.
Gotcha. All right. Cool. Well, that takes care of a lot of it. Anybody have any other questions or business with the doc?
No, just that one.
You
All
haven't
right.
had any. You haven't had any trouble along the lines of your discovery, have you?
No, and thank you for asking. I suspected that perhaps the Archon might have known something, but he only let on that he seemed to be concerned with Denver's ties to Portland, to which he indicated that there would not be, and that's why I came away with the opinion that he is attempting to dissuade elements that might move in that might cause friction.
More drama?
It may still happen, but I think that they are taking at least a precautionary view or effort, I should say, to ensure that they don't put the wrong people in.
That would be nice.
Excellent.
All right. Well, thanks, Doc. Appreciate your time. If anything happens, you can call us or text us. You're on the group chat, so I think we're good.
Of course. Well, thank you all for stopping by.
Thank you, Doc.
It was very nice to meet you.
Likewise.
So Ben gets up and starts heading out.
Okay. And with that, we'll
Trish
go ahead and
falls.
stop there. It is, we're a little over 2.5 hours in. So for our next game, obviously Blood Ties is going to be on again the 22nd. Yes. I had to move my light there. So that will be back again 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 22nd. We are going to be having Ashland by Night, the main game, on the 14th, which is this coming Friday, at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we move on to our superhero game, which is this next Saturday. That's going to start at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on the 19th, we have Cyberpunk. So we're back in the realm of Cyberpunk and our Edge Runners running amok around Phoenix. That will start at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 19th. So thank you all for
fun stuff.
Yeah.
thank you all for popping in. We really appreciate it. Dega Vertigo, thank you for stopping by and chatting with us and the follow. Davy Jones, of course, popping in and saying hi, and keep wanting to say Valley, but Vancouver by Night had popped in there as well. We will see all of you next time. Thanks again.